Hello, people watching car reviews on the internet. Welcome to this, the all-new redesigned 2023 Toyota Prius Prime. Today, I'm gonna get this thing up in the air. We're nerd out in the tech specs. See what makes this thing a Prime, not the leader of the Autobots, but the kind that you can put gas and electricity in. And then we're gonna give it some beans. Okay. Oh, weird. It says Prius on the wheel arch. First time I ever had a Prius in here or on the lift. This is the 5th generation. Now this utilizes an all steel in construction, multi-link rear suspension, very simple layout here. Who makes you? The struts are striped like a tube sock from the 80s. I like that. The struts are manufactured by KYB for Toyota. Now, unfortunately, currently on the Prius Prime, you cannot get all-wheel drive. You can on the cheaper non-Prime models. Reason being, from what I can see, is that right there. Yeah, that's a fuel tank, and this is the battery pack, which extends pretty far back on the Prime model, leaving no room for a rear electric motor for the all-wheel drive system. With the rear anti-sway bar measuring in at approximately, not bad, on the larger side of 20 millimeter in diameter. The new XW60 Prius Prime is built on Toyota's TNGA-C platform, and this being the premium XSE model, it is the heaviest, weighing in at only 3,571 pounds, which isn't bad considering it's got that massive battery pack, which they located back here near the rear seat, give you excellent weight distribution front to rear. Up above my head, there is only one transmission available for the new Prius Prime, and it is the in-house designed by Toyota PB10, which is a planetary gear set transaxle, which Toyota calls an eCVT, but take that CVT term and throw it out the door because you're gonna get confused. It's not a CVT like you're thinking. It's not a CVT. It's continuously variable, but it's not a CVT. Anyway, it houses a planetary gear set that acts like a power split device from the internal combustion gasoline engine and 2 motor generators that are housed inside that transmission housing. MG1 acts as the starter as well as the alternator for the vehicle in conventional terms. Then you have a larger MG2 motor generator 2, which acts as the drive electric motor when in full EV mode, as well as works with the regenerative braking system to provide charge for the main battery pack. That motor generator 1 is called 1VM, which produces 83 kilowatts and 206 newton meters of torque. So yes, it's a transmission that also provides power. This is hard to explain. Now it utilizes an all steel in construction McPherson strut style suspension. The front anti-sway bar, that end link is like over a foot long and is big around as a pencil. 26 millimeter in diameter. Pretty beefy lower control arm and steel knuckle. Again, all plastic, removable access door right here for your oil changes. All right, time to test out this braking. No one behind me. Ready? Okay. Sounds like I just killed a robot. That was aggressive sounding. Pretty good stopping distance. That braking was just made possible thanks to a set of single piston calipers with a 305 millimeter or 12-inch front rotor. The wheels on the Prime, they're a 19 by 6.5. It's a weird size with a positive 40 millimeter offset. They're wrapped in a set of 195 50 19-inch Toyo Extenza all-season tires. Out back, the brakes get a little bit smaller to an 11-inch or 279 millimeter with another single piston floating caliper, but keep in mind this is a plug-in hybrid, so the braking is also assisted with that regeneration from motor generator 2. And the wheel and the tire, same size as you get up front. In the name of chemistry, I will now give this thing the e-beans. Bolstering assessment. There's a hint of bolstering there, but the seats, heated, ventilated, or auto-elated, and the steering wheel is heat-elated. Interesting looking, self-explanatory. It's almost 80s retro, kind of. The seats have this dark burgundy with a lighter red and then the red stitching. And the dash has a satin burgundy, and the light is a lighter colored red. So it's supposed to match the seats, except it's a physical light. As far as drive modes go, there's all kinds. You have a little tiny flipper in the center that will allow you to go from eco, which makes sense in a car like this, normal, sport, and custom. Below that, you have a button that says HV EV charge hold. And the sad thing is you can't hold it immediately at 100%. So you can save your half juice. You can't save your full juice. And then I can defeat my traction control. Press it once, turn it off. Can I hold it down and defeat everything? Hey, you can. Spicy. You can also then move your little diglet for your shifting. What? Getting this thing into neutral is a bit of a task though, let me tell you. Ah, almost. Come on. I got it neutral. Drive to B. And that is so in case you're going down a steep grade, like going down Pikes Peak or something, you can have some resistance because you can't just drop it down a gear. I don't know if I should give it a little assistance on the launch. It might get angry. We'll try it anyway. Ready? Go. It didn't get angry. It sounds weird. It's making all kinds of spaceship noises. That's already good. That's not bad. It's a spicy little Prius. Smooth, but it is kind of quick for a Prius. Good pop. It's neat. It's got like a wing inside the headlight. It's not too heavy. No hood strut though. This color is pretty in a satin finish. I like that. Underneath the hood of the 2023 Toyota Prius Prime is the dynamic force M20A FXS, which is an all aluminum dual overhead cam naturally aspirated Atkinson cycle 2-liter 4-cylinder that produces 150 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 139 pound-feet of torque from 44 to 5,200 RPM. But keep in mind that is also combined with 1VM, the permanent magnet synchronous electric motor within the transaxle, giving you a total combined system output for the car of 220 horsepower and who knows how much torque. That's a crazy equation probably to try to figure that out, and there's no information on it online. The engine bay on these Gen 5 Priuses is fairly compact. This whole piece right here by the cowl is removable, but the exhaust manifold's tucked down there by the firewall. Now this thing has an 80.5 by 97.6 millimeter bore and stroke. That is super undersquared. I think the most I've ever seen in a car review so far, with an impressive 14:1 compression ratio, which is almost diesel territory. And with that Atkinson cycle, this thing has a thermal efficiency of 41%. It also does employ Toyota's VVT-i, variable valve timing intelligent, that's hydraulically controlled on both intake and exhaust cams. You got coolant corridor happening on the passenger side of the engine bay, 2 expansion chambers, and then all the lines right here for your refrigerant. Enough yapping, time to take this thing out for a rip. Roll that beautiful bean footage. It's starting to chirp the tires a little bit. Go little Prius, go, get spicy. I don't know why, I just like driving slower cars fast instead of fast cars fast or slow. Slower cars are more fun. As far as the handling goes on these little 195 pizza cutters, considering they're not a performance tire, at low speeds, it's a little squirrely, gets a little shifty, but at higher speeds, you can tell the car itself, the piece of hardware, handles well. An upgraded wheel and tire package on this, some wider meats and grippier rubber, this car would stick. It adds a little pucker factor. You can feel it just kind of squirm a little bit going around a corner. I don't even think the automotive journalists that are spoiled by all those Ferraris and Porsches and Lamborghinis and exotic forbidden fruits could say this is a boring car. Because it's not. It has little elements of spice to it when you're driving it. There's a little bit of fake noise piped in when you're in sport mode. Electrical spaceshipy type noises. It's fun. Let's be honest. People buying these cars are probably not going to be buying them for a sports type vehicle. It's just nice to know that it's not boring. So I'm going to put it into full EV mode because I saved my battery juice. Open. That's excessive. I love the clear taillights on this thing. Okay. The real feel temperature right now is 114 degrees Fahrenheit. It's probably like 130 in here right now. The back armrests are soft and padded too. The back seat is comfy. Headroom at almost 6 foot tall is tight, but I have headroom. Legroom's good. There's no ground terminal. Sturdy armrest, little cup holder. The back seats are actually heated. That's impressive considering the IS 500 F Sport I just reviewed didn't have heated seats and that was like 20 grand more. The little LED light looks like some kind of a gummy vitamin. Well, that's cute. I wonder if this will actually melt the word Prius in some ice if you turn this on. AC power inverter. There's a little tray for the passenger smartphone, but underneath it, there's a hidden cubby. Oh my God, it literally says hidden compartment. That's hilarious. The seats are memory also. The gauge cluster pulls something out of the Lexus playbook and it moves over to give you another menu system to scroll through. While this might look like a toaster slot to fax pennies to higher headquarters, it's actually a slot to charge your smartphone. This thing's got plenty of cameras on it. What does this do? Oh, Toyota Park Assist. Vehicle body color. No way. I want to change you. Oh, that is... You can get a yellow... What? I want a yellow one. Well, I guess that's not correct. This car's gray, so. Cornering view, vehicle under view, advanced park. If you suck at parking, this car's got you covered. I'm going to select the park feature. Yes. Park. No, not like that. No, no, not over there. Yes, park in that parking spot. It's driving forward, passing the parking spot. Ooh, are you backing in? That'd be fancy. Ah, it's going to pull into the parking spot. This is neat. Okay, go robot, go, go. Oh, it's correcting itself. I like it. It knew it was crooked. It knew it could do better. I would have personally parked close to the curb though, so no one will door ding me. And you got crooked again. I mean, it's in the parking spot. To be fair, the thing might have been a little bit confused by all the little seeds from the tree down here. It might have thought that was not a parking spot. The best part about this car is the fact that the entire roof is a giant solar panel that will run the air conditioning while you're driving or also provide charging for the batteries. You can barely notice the panels under the glass. It's super stealthy looking, and it's only an extra $610 option if you want to choose this over a sunroof. And as I'm driving right now, it's averaging around 150 watts of power generation from that solar panel. So far today, it's generated 221 watts. My only real complaint with this car, and something that you can completely defeat on it, is the safety features. While they are good if you are a terrible driver, if you are the slightest bit attentive and pay attention to the road, the safety features are just turned up a little too much, and they start to irritate you little by little as you're driving, especially when you're opening the rear hatch and the thing screams at you for 10 seconds to let you know it's open. There's a hunter-killer Skynet self-aware thing on the top of the clamshell for the steering column, and that's constantly staring at me. I don't know what it's plotting to do.
I swear I will not kill anyone.
I'm gonna say nice things about it. I like Toyota. I own multiple Toyotas. If you drive one-handed because you're trying to show off your lack of tricep muscles, the gauge cluster will constantly move over telling you that to sit up and it can't see. It's like it's a annoying parent yelling at you. But those noises do come through an excellent JBL sound system. Whoa, I just noticed it has a digital rear view mirror. What? I've been driving this thing a week and I didn't notice that until now. The thing I like the most about this Prius Prime is the fact that when you actually put it into the charge mode, hold for charge, and then you kick it down into B, this thing will regenerate enough electricity to charge the battery pack back up fairly quickly. The fastest I've seen in any plug-in hybrid vehicle that I reviewed to date. And just on this short little country road, when I started, I was at 34% charge rate, and putting it in these settings, I brought it all the way up to 46% right now in just literally a couple miles. As far as plugging it in to charge it goes, at 0 battery, I plugged it in and it was 100% overnight. It takes about 9.5 hours or so, depending on the weather conditions. And on a level 2 charger, it'll charge the battery from 0 back up to 100 in 4 hours. In pure EV mode, it'll do about 39 miles of range, and then combined with the gasoline engine, you'll get 550 miles. This really is a smart little commuter bubble. That stabby green asshole right there just put like 4 holes in my right leg because I'm an idiot and don't know how to walk in the desert. I'm gonna start my own nature channel someday. Anyway, first up is the bean score. It's the assessment of the feeling you get in your gut when you give it the beans. And the new 2023 Prius Prime gets a rating of. Next is the cookie score, the assessment of value, and this fully loaded Prius Prime at just a hair over 40 grand gets a rating of. Followed by the wrench score, the assessment of ease of maintenance, and this plug-in hybrid gets a rating of. Surprisingly, I think this would actually be a fairly easy car to make last a long time. Next is the squid score, the assessment of handling, and this thing on these little 195 with tires is getting a rating of. Lastly is the penguin score, the assessment on how much I personally like a vehicle, and the new Prius Prime gets a rating of. I liked it a lot more than I thought it would. It's a Prius, and you think of a Prius as like the opposite of a car enthusiast car, but that's not the case with the new Prime. I would like to do all Prius Prime racing series on Gran Turismo. I wonder if there is one. That'd be a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I'll see you soon with another. Bye!